Hey there everyone, welcome to step 3 or day 3, however you're looking at it, of our website build for a photography business. And I was thinking about it, this is not just for photography business, think of it for any portfolio style type website. My plan for this video is to build out the rest of the home page. So if you've landed on this video and you haven't watched the previous 2 videos, my suggestion is to click on this pop-up now in the right hand corner to go to the playlist and to watch the series from day 1 or step 1 as I've labeled it on the video. To follow along with this video series, you will need a domain name, web hosting, and the Divi page builder or the Divi theme. If you have those, great, you can follow along. If you don't have those, I have left links in the description to get a domain name, web hosting, and the Divi page builder or Divi theme. If you watch video 1, I do go into more detail about these things. So if you don't know about it yet, I suggest watching the first video in this series. Let's get started on building. I am on the home page. So you'd want to go there, and then we're going to click this Enable Visual Builder. Let's look at the website to see what we need to do. Alright, so the first section is this testimonial section, which this is a slider. So we first want to put in this heading with this line underneath, and then we'll build the slider. So let's go back to our website. And over here, we've already made the heading with the styling and the line as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this and bring it over to our home page. We're going to hover over here and click Edit Footer Template. And then because we want this style of text and this line at the bottom, and it's already styled, the easiest way to do this is to go to the row that's holding the content and to right click on it and to select copy row. Once we've done that, let's scroll up to our page and let's just click on the page so we can edit the page again. Then we want to add a new section, which is the blue box. So we click this blue plus button to add a new section. And we just want to add a regular section. So let's select that. And we get the option now to insert a row, but we're not going to insert a row because we've copied that row in the footer. So let's close that. And what we're going to do, let's right click on the green button and we're going to select paste row. And there we have our heading. So all the styling is there. We don't have to now redo it and put in the colors and the sizing. Everything is already set, and it's set on the desktop, tablet, and mobile. So let's go back to our example. So the next thing we need to do, this is a black background, so let's change that to black. So to do that, we're going to hover over the section and we're going to click the section settings. And we're just going to select background and we're going to choose the black color. And we can save that. Let's go back to the website. Now we want to put in this testimonial, which is a slider. So this is just filler content that I put in here. This is not a real testimonial. So I'm going to put in, well, not fake, but let's just call it filler content. As a testimonials, you'll obviously use real client or customer testimonials. Let's go back to the website. And under the contact, we are going to add a new module. So click the gray add button. And let's search for slider. And we want to use just the slider. We don't want to use a post slider or video slider. We just want to use the normal slider. So let's select that. Alright, and then you get this ugly blue thing, but we're going to change the styling now. So the first thing, let us create the content for the sliders. And over here, you'll see there's 2 pieces of content. So I'm going to add 3. So I'm just going to edit the first one. So to do that, we just click on the gear icon. It says title goes here. We don't want a title, so we're going to delete that. Then we don't want a button either, so we're going to delete that. Then in the content here, we're going to put in our testimonials. So I'm just going to copy it from the website. And then I'm going to paste it in here. First thing I want to change is I want the testimonial to be in italics. So I'm going to highlight the testimonial and I'm going to choose the italic option here. And that will put that in italics. I see I just need to change this. This would be the company name. And then just to make the name stand out more, I'm just going to highlight that and I'm going to select bold. So the name just stands out a bit more. Let's carry on then. Image and video, we're not going to place that in the slider. We don't need a link for the slider. Then background, you'll see it says blue. We don't want any color. So let's choose a transparent option. Then the blue goes away. Then let's click on the design tab. Under overlay, we're not going to use any overlays for the background or the text. The navigation, if I hover, you'll see it's the arrows and then you get these dots here. In the design example, you'll see we don't have dots. The arrows aren't, the arrows have moved up for some reason. Maybe when I was editing it, it moved up for some reason. But we're just going to use the arrows. We're not using the dots. If you want to leave the dots, you're more than welcome to. So for the arrow color, I want it's a gray color. Now I need to find these arrows. I don't know why they've moved there. Let me just maybe move it. Okay, our gray arrows are now back in place. So I just want to get the color I used for this. So I see it's a white color with 30% transparency. So let's go back to our website. For the arrow color, let's choose the white color. Then you'll see it's changed to white, but it has transparency on. So now to put a percentage on the transparency, we have to actually click this color and we have to use the slider to set the transparency. So I'm going to bring the slider down. And you'll see it's on 86. So it's got the color. So let me this is the color over here. And then this last section is the transparency. So because we want 30% transparency, we want to bring it down to 0.3. And that will be 30%. So we can just slide it down. And then I'm going to take the 6 out. And there we go. It gives us the grayish color. So that's the arrows done. Then for the dot navigation, which is this here, like I said, you can leave it and change the color if you want it. I'm going to not use it, so I'm going to make it transparent. And then it takes it away. So we just have the arrows. Text. Okay, we don't want to edit this text. We want to actually edit the body text. We don't have a title text, so we're not going to edit that. So let's go to body text. All right, body font we're going to leave as default. Body font weight we're going to leave regular. The body font style we're going to leave. The text alignment, I do want it on the left like that, but now it's pushed it all the way to the left. And as you can see, it's actually in the center of the arrows, but the text is to the left. So we're going to have to use some coding, which is the same coding we've been using all along to center something. And I'll show you how to do that now. And then the body text. So let me just see here. It's 18 and then 16 on tablet, and I'm sure it's probably 14 on the phone. Yes. So let's change that quickly. So the body text, let's click our mobile icon. For desktop, it's 18 pixels. For tablets, we want 16 pixels. And then for the phone, we want 14 pixels. Right, great. Let's go back to desktop. The letter spacing, we're going to leave the body line height, we're going to leave, and we're not going to use a text shadow. We don't have a button, so we're not going to change that. On sizing, we're not going to change anything. Spacing, nothing. Filters and transform, nothing. So the only thing left to do is to center this. What we're going to do, let's go to the Advanced tab. And we're going to scroll down to Slide Description, which is this over here. Then I've left a link in the description to this pen. what you're going to do under CSS, you're just going to copy this code. Let's go back to our website, and under the slide description, so not slide description container, but the actual slide description, you just want to paste that content in there, and it moves it to the center. So we're done with that. Let's click on this back arrow to go back to the main slide settings, because we need to make new slides. So I'm going to delete this slide because I'm going to duplicate this one as we've styled this one. So it'll just be easier just to put in the content. Let's duplicate the slider by clicking this icon here to duplicate it. And I'm going to add another 2 more, so I'm going to duplicate it twice. Let's go to the next slide. And all we're going to do now is change out the content. So I'm just copying and pasting from my other screen here. So there's the second one. Let's go back and put in the third one. You can do as many testimonials as you have. I wouldn't suggest putting hundreds on, but a few is always good. Right, and there's my last testimonial. So let's go back and we can save that. And then let's save our page. And then let's see how it looks. So I'm just going to open the actual website in a new tab. Right, let's scroll down. And then there's, we need to change that text. But there's our testimonial with our arrows. And you can click through. And the other testimonials will come through. Let me also show you, maybe we should make this automatically slide through. So let me show you that as well. So let's change that and make this automatically slide through. Let's go back to our website. Let me just go out of that. One thing I've realized, if we actually come to elements here, we can actually, these controls, so the arrows and then these dots, we made the dots transparent. We don't actually have to do that. We can just take show controls and set it to no. And then it will remove those dots. So you can do that as well. And this option is probably better than making the dots transparent, to be honest with you. Right, so let's go to design. Then we want to go to animation. So you'll see there, under automatic automation is off. So you want to switch that on. And then you just have to test the speeds. So 7,000, that's milliseconds, as it says there in milliseconds. So that would be 7 seconds. And then you can continue automatic slide on hover. So if someone hovers over it, in this, when it's off, it will actually stop going through the slides. But if you have that as on, then even if someone hovers over it, the slides will carry on going. So it's already better to have it off so when they hover, they can actually read what the slide says. So that's how you do automatic slides. So let's actually, I just want to change this navigation. Let's just reset this because we don't need to make it transparent anymore. So to reset something, there's this reset icon here. But you see it still won't show because we've switched it off. So let's save that. And then let's just change this to what my clients say. Right, and then we can just delete that and put in our text. So let's save that. Let's check the tablet. All right, perfect. And then the phone. And then let's go to our website and let's do a hard refresh again. And now we can see how the animation works. So every 7 seconds, this might be a bit long, but you can change that. And as you see, it automatically brings in the next slide. Right, so that's the testimonial section done. Let's see what's next. So now we have to do my recent work. So let's go back to our website. Let's just save that. And what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this whole section now because it's already got our heading text in there. So it just makes it easier to work quicker. So let's duplicate that. And now we're going to edit this section. So let's first start with the heading. So we need to change that to my recent work. And let's see what else we need to do. then need to put in these images. Let's go back to our website. Let's save that. And we want to put in 3 columns. Let's delete this as we don't need the testimonial anymore. First thing we need to do, let's add a new row. So let's click the green plus button. And there's 3 images, so let's choose the equal 3-column layout. And then we're going to search for the image module. Let's choose that. And let's click on this image. Then I'm going to drag the 3 images across that I'm going to use. And guys, if you want to use the images I'm using, I have left a link in the description so that you can download the images. The images have now uploaded. So the first image is this wedding one, so it's already selected. I'm going to click upload an image, and there it is. Let's style it. So if we look at the website, the first thing we want to do when we click on it, it's going to open in a light box. So it just makes the image bigger. So let's do that first. Let's go back to our website and let's click on the link option, and where it says open in light box, we're going to say yes. And then that's all for the content tab. Then let's go to the design tab and let's click on overlay, and we want to put the image overlay on. So the overlay icon color, which is this magnifying glass, we want to make that black, and we also want to choose that icon. So let's go back to our website. Let's choose the overlay icon color as the black color, and as you can see, when we hover over it is black. And it's a different icon, but we'll change it now. But then it gives you this white overlay color, which we don't want. So let's make that transparent. So now we just get the icon. Then let's search for the icon. I'm looking for the search icon, and it's this one here with the plus in it. So there we go. So when you hover, the icon does show. Right, the next thing we have to do, you'll notice these 2 images are black and white, or like a gray color, and when you hover over it, it changes to its original color. So let's do that. Let's first make it this gray color. Let's go to filters. And then under filters, for saturation, we want to take the bar and go all the way to the left, and you'll see it changes to that. Then what we're going to do on hover, we're going to change it back to the color. So let's click on this cursor and then choose the hover state. And let's take this back to 100%. So normal mode, it'll be this gray color, and on hover it will change to that. Let's just save this and go to our website so we can see it in action. I'm just going to do a hard refresh. Then you'll see there's our image. So if I hover, it changes the color, and if I click on it, we get this nice big image. Alright, so that's how that works. The next thing we need to style is this pink border. So let's go do that. To put the border around, now if we go up here, we have an option here for border around the image. Problem is we can't put the border on the image here because we've changed this image to this gray color, meaning the border will also be that gray color, and we want it to be the pink color with some transparency. So to get around that, we need to put the border on the column. So let's just save this, and then let's hover over here so we can get our row settings. Let's click on the row settings. Let's go to the first column and click on those settings. Then let's go to design and click on the border option. So for rounded corners, we don't want to change that. We want square corners. And then the border styles, we want to leave it on all 4 sides to have borders. If you use these other options, it's to put a border on the top only, a border on the right only, a border on the bottom only, and a border on the left only. But we're going to put a border on all 4 sides, so we're going to leave it as this option. The border width, we want it as 5 pixels. The border has now shown, but it's quite dark. So let's change the color to pink. And there is our border. And then let's just change the transparency. And again, we do that by clicking on the color and taking the slider down to where the number ends with 0.30. There we go. So there's the transparency on the border. Now we want to do it for the other two columns, and the easiest way to do that is to come to the border styles, right click, and then choose this option, extend border styles. Then we have the option where we want to extend these border styles, and we want to select all columns because we want this border on all the columns. And where do we want these border columns? We want it on just this entire row. So we select this row. We can click extend, and you'll see it's put now the borders around the other two columns. We can save that. And all I'm going to do now is duplicate this first image because it's already got all the styling, and then I don't have to style these images. So let's just duplicate it twice. And I'm just going to use, you'll see here you can drag it into the other columns. And then we're just going to change the images out. So we've done the styling so we don't have to redo it. Click on Module Settings. Click on the image. We want this one with the ocean. Click Upload an image, and it changes it out. Let's save that. And let's change the last image. Click on the image. And we'll choose the final image. Upload the image. And it's changed. So we can save that. Let's have a look on tablet and mobile how it looks. So let's click on tablet. And you'll see it stacks quite nicely. Just remember, on a tablet and a mobile phone, there's no such thing as a hover effect. So these will be grey, but when they actually click on it with their finger, it will open up in color. Let's check the phone. And there we go. So that's all perfect. Let's go to our website. Let's do a hard refresh. And there we go. It has a nice hover effect. And if we click into the image, it opens up larger. So that's that section done. Let's move on to the next section. So the next section is the What I Do section. Let's go back to our website. Let's put it back on desktop. And let's duplicate my recent work section. So we want to duplicate the entire section. So we're going to use the blue box here and duplicate that. We can scroll down. And then we can just change this text. We'll save the text. So with this, we can keep it as is. All we're going to do, we're going to remove this border from the column because now we're going to add the border to the actual image. So let's go into the row settings. Let's go to the first column. Let's go to the design tab. Let's go to the border option. Then if we come to border styles, we just click on this reset icon and it removes the border. And then to remove it from the other two images, we're just going to right click on border styles. We're going to say extend border styles. And then we're going to click to all columns throughout this row. And click extend. And it removes all the borders. And we can save that. Now we just need to swap these images out for these images. So let's do that. Well, I'm going to do the first image and put this border around, and then we'll duplicate it and swap the images out. Let's go back to our website. Let's go to the first image and click on the settings. Let's click on the image. I was testing something out, so I've already loaded the images in. So that's why they are here already. So I'm going to choose the wedding one and click upload an image. The next thing I want to do is go to the design tab. The first thing we need to change, we don't want this overlay anymore. So let's click on overlay. And image overlay, we're going to select no. So we don't have the image overlay anymore. And then we're going to go to the border option and click on that. And we want now this image to have rounded corners. So this image, if I remember correctly, is 350 pixels by 350 pixels. So I'm going to put 350 pixels, and that should make it a circle. There we go. For border styles, we want to put the style on all 4 borders. For border width, we want that at 5 pixels. We want to use the pink color. Now you'll see why I had to do the pink border here on the column. It doesn't change, and the reason is we need to go to the filters and we need to reset the entire filters, and we want to take the hover off, and then you'll see the pink border will show. So let's go back to borders, and let's just change the opacity to 30%. And there we go, that's all done. So we can save that. Then all we're going to do, we're going to just duplicate this image as it's got all the styles that we just changed, and we're going to remove these. So we can delete these, duplicate this twice, and just move it across. And now all we have to do is change the images out. So let's change the second image. Click on the image, and it's this image, and we'll click upload an image, and we'll change the last image out. Right, so there's all our images. The next thing we need to do is we need to add this text with this line. So what I'm going to do, just to make things easier, let's duplicate this text and this line. So let's save the images. Let's go here, let's duplicate that, and let's duplicate this line as well. And let's drag the text to under the image, and let's drag this line to under the text. Perfect. So let's change this text out now. So this is going to be called weddings, and we want to just make this a paragraph text. So click on the drop down and change it to paragraph. You'll see we lose all stylings because we're no longer using it as a heading. So let's hover over that and let's click on the blue edit. I'm just going to call it the edit button from now on because I don't know if it's a pen or paintbrush. So for the font weight, I just want to see what I've used here. So I have used bold and 20 pixels, and let's just check on the tablet. It is 18 pixels, and on the phone, also 18 pixels. Let's go back to our website. So we want to change the text font weight to bold. We want to change the text font style to uppercase. Then we want to change the text color to the white. Then the text font size, let's click on the mobile icon. On desktop, we want it to be 20 pixels. On tablet, we want it to be 18 pixels. I've just noticed something. These images aren't aligned correctly, but we'll fix that now. And then on phone, it should remain at 18 pixels. So let's just go a bit further down. Let's go to text alignment and let's click center. Then let's just go back to our desktop. So that's fine. All we want to do now is change this line. So let's save that. First, let's sort these images out. So all we want to do on the images, click on the image settings, go to design, go to alignment, and just make sure it's centered, and then save. And I was stupid. We should actually, when we do that, so when you're in the alignment, just right click on image alignment, extend image alignment. It must be to all images, so it's already selected, throughout this row, and then click extend. And then that should center all the images for us. Let's save that. Now let's change this line color, and the width, I think, of this line was 20 pixels. And just zoom in here. Yeah, 20 pixels. So let's hover over that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it. So let's right click. Let's click go to layer. Let's go to our divider here. We can close that. Let's go to the design tab. Let's click on line and let's change the line color to the white. And then let's go to sizing, and on the width, under width on desktop, we want this to be 20 pixels. So let's just check tablet. Okay, tablet's 40, so let's change that to 20. Great. You'll now see the images are now in the center. And then let's just go to phone. I think we're going to have to change this to 19. I just want to see if I change it to 20, what happens. And it goes berserk. Okay, let's just change it to 19. There must be some sort of glitch on Divi with that, but 1 pixel is not going to make a difference. So let's save that. Let's go back to desktop. And then let's duplicate this twice, the text. Let's drag it over. We just want to make sure it does go under our image there. And then this one as well. Great. Let's duplicate this line. And let's drag it under the text. And then let's just change the wording. This is going to be landscapes. I've just noticed I've got it in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. You can put in any order you want. And then this one is family. Perfect. Let's just check on tablet that everything is working nicely. Great. And let's check on the mobile phone. Perfect. Let's click save. Let's put it back on desktop. And let's go to our website and see how it looks. There we go. These we're not putting any hover effects. Do you know what we need to do? One more thing, because I see if you hover over it, it shows the hand or the finger pointing. Let's go to the settings. Let's go back over the images. Let's go to the settings. The link, under link here, we want to change this opening lightbox to no. And then let's right click on link, let's right click on opening lightbox. Okay, it doesn't look like we can do that on the lightbox, so we have to actually go change each one individually. Right, let's save that then. And now there shouldn't be any more hover effects over that. And then let's save the page. Let's see what we have to do next. So this will be the last section, and it's the About Me section. So let's go back to the website and let's duplicate this last section we just did. Scroll down and let's change this to About Me. Let's save that. Then we can delete this row as we're going to make a new row. Now let's add a new row. Here we want it to be 50-50. So let's choose this 2-column layout. And in the first column, we're going to add an image. Let's select image. Let's click on the image. And I'm just going to drag the image over from my other screen. Let's click upload an image. And there is the image over there. So let's save that. And then over here is going to be text. So I just want to copy this text that I wrote here. I should say typed. Let's go back to the website. Let's add a module and let's search for text and select that. And then I'm just going to paste the text in here. Let's go to the design tab Let's actually just hover over here and click the edit icon. We just want to change the text color to the white, and then on text size, it's the first time I've seen that. It says text size. Let's click on the mobile icon. Let's make it on desktop 18 pixels. On tablet, we're going to make it 16. And on phones, we're going to make it 14. Perfect. Let's go back to desktop. The next thing we want to add is this button. So let's save the text. And let's just hover over the text and add a new module. And this will be the button. Let's select that. Let's just have a look at the styling of this button. So we want it in the center. It has the pink background with white text, and it says more about me. Let's go back to our website. First of all, let's change the text to say more about me. For the link, we want to link to the about page. So let's use the dynamic content option. Let's click on that icon and let's choose page link. Let's scroll down and we want it to go to the about page. So let's save that. Let's go to the design tab. Let's click on alignment and let's make sure we center the button. Then the text we can ignore. We want to click on button and we want to use custom style. So we'll select yes. Right, so for the button text, we want to leave it as 20 pixels, but let's click the phone icon and let's select tablet. For tablet, we want to make it 18 pixels. And then on mobile phone, we want it as 16 pixels. Let's go back to desktop. Then the button text color is white. The button background color is the pink color. And then we don't want a border, so we're going to make the border width 0. And we're not going to put a button border color as there is no button border. And then the radius, we want it as this pull shape. So let's try 50 pixels. And there it gives us the pull shape. Then I just want to see, okay, we need that in uppercase. So let's scroll down here. The button font we can leave as is. The button font weight, did I make it bold? Let's just go in there. I did make it bold. So let's change it to bold. And let's change the style to uppercase. Then show the button icon. That's when you hover over it and that icon appears. I don't want that. So I'm going to say no. And then we need to fix up the spacing as there's not much space there. So for padding, top and bottom, let's click the link icon and let's make it 10 pixels. And then for the left and right, let's again click the link icon and let's try 50 pixels. I think that looks better. Then again, this content here, in the, let's say everything in the second column here, is in the middle of this image. So we need to use that flex code again. So let's go back to our website. Let's save the button. What we're going to do, we want to click on the row settings. We want to go to advanced. We want to go to custom CSS. Then we want to go to the code pen, and I have linked this in the description. We want to copy this code. And then we want to go back to our website and paste it into the main element. And you'll see it shifts it down. So let's save that. Let's save the page. And let's check the design out on tablet view. You'll notice now that on the tablet view it's not stacking, and if we go to the design, you'll see it stacks. So The reason it's doing this is because we've used flex on the row. So we need to go change the coding a little bit. It's just a slight change. So let's click the row settings. Let's go to Advanced tab and let's go back to the custom CSS. And on main elements, if you hover over it, it brings up the phone icon. Let's click on that and it's on tablet. And all we want to type in here is change the display to block. And you'll see that it puts everything underneath one another. Now we need to just center the image. So let's just quickly save that. Let's go to the image. And let's go to the Design tab. And then let's click on Alignment. And with image alignment, let's just click on the phone icon and make sure it's on tablet and then click the center. And you'll see the image moves to the center. And then let's save that. And let's just check the phone. And the phone is perfect as well. Let's just go back to desktop. And you'll see it moves back into the two columns. So that's all done. Let's click Save on the page. Then let's go to our website and refresh it. And there we go. That is all done. That will take us to the About Me page. And our home page is done. So if you've gotten this far, I just want to congratulate you. But that's how easy it is. I know it's quite time consuming, but that is how easy it is to create the website. We had to use a little bit of code, but it was all the same code and it was easy code. So I hope you're happy with what you've done, if you are following along and building with me. If not, I hope you're just enjoying watching the videos. But the best way to do this is to actually get stuck in and build. That's the only way you're going to learn. Then in the next video, I think what we will do, we will create the portfolio page. So I will see you in that video. And if you guys have enjoyed this video and if you're enjoying the series, please consider subscribing to my channel. And also, please leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. And then if you have any comments or any suggestions, please leave that in the comment section. If you want me to design another website in another industry, please tell me what industry you want me to use. And if there's a website that you've seen that you like the look of, send me the link and I'll see if we can design it in Divi without using lots of code. That's basically going to be the requirement for websites, is it can't use a lot of code, because I want to try and make these video series as beginner friendly as possible. I just want to use the Divi builder to really build anything. Every now and again, we are going to have to use code like we have in this. And that's just to align some things, because Divi doesn't give us the options to align it without code. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you are. And we'll chat again in the next video. See you soon.